So sorry if you hear thunder in the background. The Lord is not very keen on the topic we're about to be speaking about. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I know all two of you. Tyrion, will you stop making noise while I'm recording, please? I'm trying to do a professional production here, and you're sitting here making noise.
There's nothing professional.
You're already destroying my equipment by tipping over glasses of water and spilling it in my keyboard.
That took like 4 hours to fix.
Yeah.
I didn't even do anything.
Thanks a lot, buddy. And now you're ruining our... I don't care. Welcome to the 11th episode of the Movie Panda podcast. I am your host, Dale. I am joined by my younger brother, Nathan.
Hello.
And sorry that this is a week late because
we've been avoiding this.
Well, that and we traveled last weekend and we got everything pre-edited and pre-recorded, but we couldn't watch the movie we wanted to watch until we were down in southern Arkansas where our family lives. And it was really the only option aside from, Tag, which I still really want to see. But
we haven't introduced what movie it was, but based on the thumbnail and title of the video, then...
Yeah, they're gonna know it's Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, which that wasn't the best part of the movie. The best part of the movie was like remembering that we're in southern Arkansas and how horrendously racist southern Arkansas is. So like we're in the theater and the trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse comes on. And, all these people, all these families are like, oh, that looks interesting. And then,
some uncultured swine.
He unmasks and reveals that it's Black Spider-Man. And I kid you not, a couple of seats down, there was, a grandma that went, oh, dear. And I'm just, southern Arkansas, never change. Never, ever change. Tyrion, it's just thunder. Calm down.
See, that wasn't even the worst part for me. I get the grandma going, oh dear. What hurt me was the fact that no one knew it was Miles Morales.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also southern Arkansas. Marvel's kind of a new thing for them, the Marvel movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So just understanding that there are Spider-Man other than Peter Parker is astonishing for them. Let's go ahead and get to the topic at hand. The dumpster fire that initially was Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, but as I look back on it now, it might have been better than what I initially thought. Nathan, what were your thoughts going into the movie?
My thoughts going into the movie? I like dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of
like Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the Jurassic Park movies, so I had very high hopes going into the movie.
I thought you were just going to I like Chris Pratt and just leave it there and I'd be like, thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got it. No. So, after watching the trailer and going into the movie, I didn't have very high hopes for the movie because the trailer pretty much spoiled the entire movie for me. So there wasn't ever a scene where I was just like, oh, that's genuinely surprising. Whoa. And it wasn't that. I went in with negative thoughts to begin with. And that's probably what killed the movie experience for me. If I hadn't seen a trailer before going to watch the movie, I might have enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, that's where me and you have completely different thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got exactly what I wanted going into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care what the trailer showed. Because, yeah, it showed a bunch of big plot points and such. But it didn't really spoil the movie for me.
I mean, if you don't take the realism of the movie and just acknowledge that it's a movie, then it can be an okay movie. As a kid, they're cool movies, but then you become an adult and you realize the people in this universe are stupid. It's like, hey, we now have genetic manipulation technology, and the other guy's like, yeah, we do have genetic manipulation technology. It's like, yeah, So, wouldn't it be really cool if we brought back to life the super predators of millions of years ago? You know, the ones that were on top of the food chain before we were, and we put them in a park for recreational purposes?
You know what, Frank? That sounds like a wonderful idea.
And then let's put steel cages around them. Let's put steel cages around these super predators. That's like putting chicken wire around a tiger. It's not gonna hold them.
They were electrified.
Oh, they were electrified. But as you see, one power outage and suddenly everything goes awful.
It was a guy eating pancakes.
Well, yeah, but just one power outage and everything is thrown apart and people are eaten.
You know, honestly, most underwhelming death from any movie has to be Nedry.
Nedry.
Yeah, that'd be kind of scary. The guy who started Jurassic Park, like the one who stole the dinosaur samples.
Oh, yeah, where he got, like,
Fat
acided to death.
No, he just got ate.
Yeah, that was what it was. He
got ate by the spitter dinosaur.
Deku, stop it.
We got
Be
cats.
a bro. Gosh, my children
they just
are annoying
want attention.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to feed you, no matter how much you beg.
Get back in the cage.
Yeah. But then, like, Jurassic World, it was another stupid idea. It's like, man, 20 years after the travesty of what happened
where we lost
at Jurassic Park.
We lost 2 whole people.
Let's do it again.
Except for this time, let's have like 5,000 people. Okay?
Yeah, let's have millions of people visit
if it's gonna be a travesty, it's gonna be a travesty.
And we've got better security. And let's go ahead and, you know, just amp up the security a little bit. You know, hire Chris Pratt. The dinosaurs trust him. You know what we can do?
What is it?
How are you still this young?
Genetic manipulation.
But what we can do is, let's make a dinosaur.
I mean, isn't that what we already do?
No. Let's make a dinosaur. Let's take all the DNA of the super predators and make a super predator, an ultra predator.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Well, let's give it the ability to camouflage itself from radar. Let's give it the ability to stand perfectly still and become invisible, essentially.
Let's give it the ability to support its family financially.
That would be an impressive dinosaur.
Let's give it the ability to file taxes so I don't have to.
Okay, now you're just making me hurt.
Let's give it the ability to make really good milkshakes that not only bring boys but girls to the yard as well.
Nathan, this is getting off topic very quickly. You're missing the point of the joke.
Let's also make it 30 feet.
All these people are like stupid because they're just like, oh yeah, you remember the dinosaurs breaking out of the park because they outsmarted us? Let's literally make a dinosaur capable of outsmarting us. Like, where in the timeline? And then not only that, employ the guy that made the dinosaurs in the first place.
Oh, you're talking about the second.
I'm talking about Asian Doctor.
You're talking about the Fallen Kingdom now.
No, I'm talking about all of them. He was in the old movie. He was? Yeah, he was a young Asian boy back then.
Okay, yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, I made these dinosaurs. This is no big deal. And then, like, in
he's in the
Jurassic World, he was just like, oh yeah, I made the dinosaurs again. No big deal. It's just like, he was responsible for making the dinosaurs the first time. And I understand that you might need him to make more. But in hindsight, why would you make more?
Yes.
You already... unless...
I'll tell you why. $1 billion.
But... And I may be mistaken, but isn't the island that was the refuge center where they were growing the dinosaurs, wasn't that still around? Because, you know, you had the one island that they went to, and that was like Isla Nublar, I think is what it was. And then Isla Sorna was the one in movie 2 and movie 3, where it was like the dinosaur growing facility. So they grow them there at
Was
Isla.
it movie 2?
Yeah, movie 2 and 3, they had like a whole new island with an ecosystem there.
So why didn't they just move the dinosaurs there? Or wait,
why didn't they
just not do anything? Because there'd still be dinosaurs.
Am I under the impression that the dinosaurs are still on the island, or maybe they transferred them from that island to this new island. Or maybe they just did the smart thing and nuked the island. I don't know. As Doan would say, actually, in the books, they did nuke the island.
Are there books?
Yeah, they're all based off of books, Nathan.
You're resting your face.
They're all based off of books, Nathan.
Yeah, you can get closer.
How did you not know this?
Just get closer.
They're all based off of books.
ASMR.
So we're getting off topic, very off topic. We went on a 5-minute tangent there for the sake of the skit because I just don't have anything to talk about. We're gonna do the spoiler-free review and then go into the spoilers. What did you think watching the movie?
Spoiler free?
Yeah. What did you think of the movie?
I like the movie. I like when they did the thing to the dinosaur. I don't know what to say to not spoil anything.
Okay, well, you can just say, I like movie, it was good movie.
I like movie, it one good movie.
Okay. There were parts of the movie I liked. Like, I didn't like the direction of the storytelling. However, I did like the cinematography of the movie. It was genuinely scarier than a lot of horror movies.
That too. Everything looked beautiful.
And the way that it was shot was wonderful.
Also terrifying.
The camera work was really good. Special effects, you could tell they poured so much money into this movie because the special effects were really good. And while the characters themselves were kind of stale at times, but like, shut up, Deku. They had an air of realism to them. Oh, I know what Deku wants. So our other fur child is, hey, there you go. You have a buddy now.
Oh, was he lonely?
Yeah, our other fur child has abandonment issues. Sorry about that.
Why don't you kick the table harder?
And so, if someone is not in the room with him, he will meow until someone is in the room with him. It's adorable, and also your worst nightmare at 2 a.m. whenever the other cat has snuck away into another room. But I liked the cinematography of the movie. Didn't like the story that much. What was your impressions leaving the theater, Nathan?
I was thinking we're gonna have to do a podcast over this, and I was listening to you talk about the movie afterwards. I'm gonna have to come up with commentary for this. So yeah. I couldn't really think of anything because I was just thinking about what the movie left me in.
And what did it leave you in?
Joy.
Joy?
I like it.
You liked the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. It left me in kind of anticipation. And not really anticipation, but really questioning. It's like, as spoiler-free as I can say, do you want Monster Hunter? Because this is how you get Monster Hunter. And that's basically all it was.
See, we need these dinosaurs.
Why?
I'm going to take this big freaking sword and walk out and cut it. But you know what'd be better? Here, take this gun. It's also a crossbow and 20 feet long.
Sir, this seems very unorthodox. It is, but somehow you can move quickly with it. Also, we're gonna need that guy to be carrying 2 little knives and doing a Naruto run towards them as he slashes violently.
And also, since we're gender neutral, we'll have her, but she'll have a really, really big club.
Yep. It's just gonna be a rock.
And you can press a button on that club, and it'll make a noise, and then we get buff. It's a steroid gun.
Sir, it's time for your medication. Yes, you're correct. So what would you rate the movie?
You rate it first. I'm gonna rate mine based off yours.
My first impression was a solid 5 out of 10, but after going back and reevaluating the movie, maybe a 7 out of 10.
I'd say I'm around the same as your second time.
Because, like, my first time going through it, I was just like, that was a dumb movie. But then again, I was also going off of the negativity of the first Jurassic World, which I did not like the first Jurassic World. So I came into the second Jurassic World just like, this is going to suck, just like the first one.
Are we into spoilers yet?
Not yet.
Okay, never mind.
And then I actually liked it a little more than the first Jurassic World. So it's not good, but you know what? This will be my endorsement. It's better than Jurassic World. Your go.
Me?
Yeah,
What
that's why I said your go. What your rating and why you give it that rating?
I said about the same as you.
Okay, but why do you give it that rating?
Because I like the movie really good, and to not get into spoilers except for the ending.
Okay, well then I guess this is the end of our spoiler-free review. Thank you for those of you, our 2 constant viewers, the one that likes spoiler-free. Thank you for watching. It's time for you to turn the video off. For the other 1 viewer that doesn't mind spoilers, we'll give you 5 seconds to reevaluate your choice. So, here we are into spoilers. Nathan, go ahead and get what's on your mind off your mind.
Alright. So, spoiler that the girl is not real, little girl. She was made in a laboratory.
And I feel like she was only introduced as a character so that you could feel sympathy for the dinosaurs.
Which I didn't, because it's like, why would you let that out into the real world? And they decide in the end not to press the button to release the dinosaurs into America, but behind their backs, the little girl does it. It's like, because I was made in a lab, it's okay.
Well, yeah, but
no.
So out of context, the basic plot of the movie is that in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, the island they're on, the volcano, has become active and is about to kill all the dinosaurs on the island. And there are humanitarian groups for some odd reason that think that the dinosaurs have rights because they are living animals. And Jeff Goldblum goes on our council and he's just does what Jeff Goldblum does best and, says after every word and is just like,
Well, they were here before us. If we're not careful, they'll be here after us. This is nature's reset button.
And so the United States was like, yeah, we're not going to go save those dinosaurs. And
technically, spoiler, that was after everything had happened.
No, because Jeff Goldblum had another one. He had another hearing
one?
Because he's Jeff Goldblum, and he's the only one alive from the first movies that's like,
Yeah, I'm gonna give my 2 cents on the matter.
he had to say
Life finds a way.
kind of like
I
he
thought
had
that was
to.
all the same hearing.
Nope. Actually, it might have been.
That's what I was.
No. He had 2 hearings, 2 different hearings, because what he said at the end of the movie wouldn't have made sense if he'd said it at that meeting. That one senator would have just been like, Mr. Goldblum, what the heck are you talking about?
It's like, oh, don't worry. The people watching the movie will get it at the end.
But, so, Ginger Lady is the one heading up the humanitarian save the dinosaurs thing. And the only 2 characters they acknowledge within the firm are a paleo veterinarian, which, yes, if you needed something less useful than a liberal arts major, there's what you need.
It's funny.
And shut up. And then their IT guy who looks like Jacob from Cow Chop. And I don't even remember his name in the movie.
Because we called him Jacob.
We just called him Jacob.
And we spent the whole movie going like, oh man, if Jacob dies, this is going to be a 3 out of 10.
Yeah. If Jacob dies, I'm walking out of this theater.
To be honest, Jacob was my favorite part of that movie.
He was only introduced in the movie for comedy relief, but I do not mind that. And so she gets a call from the guy who originally funded Jurassic Park, and she gets a call from his assistant, and the guy's just like, we found another island for them to live on, because that's the perfect thing.
She goes to his mansion, and there he is like, hi, I'm gonna be the bad guy later in the movie.
Yeah, she's
you
like,
can tell by the look on my face.
Yeah,
I may be nice to you now, but you're gonna die.
Like all bureaucrats do. But
Wait, what?
Yeah. So he's just like, assemble your team, but we really need to get that raptor. And he made a point of saying we need that raptor, blue.
And then
that
she
should have
said
been her
Blue.
first hint. That they were planning something shady. It was like, oh yeah, we don't need the other dinosaurs. We
She's
just
the
need
last
Blue.
of her kind.
And she's so unique. It's like you're saying all the stuff a bad guy would say, but so she goes and convinces Chris Pratt to come to the island because she showed him a video of him raising the babies, and he was just like, yeah, I'm fine with them dying. But then he goes back and he watches them, and he's just like, oh man, I have feelings for a dinosaur. And
Which, hold on, I gotta point this out. They say they needed Blue and like his blood to make the Indominus Raptor, Indoraptor, right?
that was yeah. No, they'd already made the Indoraptor. What they were needing Blue for is Blue was the only one with like hyper intelligence. She had empathy and stuff like that, and she could be tamed. The other raptors couldn't be tamed. Blue could be tamed. And so if Blue can be tamed, they were thinking that they could have Blue be the next generation of Indoraptor's mother, and that way they could learn to fully control the Indoraptor. That's why they needed Blue. Because they were planning on
they
making...
already had control of him.
No, they did
with
not.
the laser.
Yeah, but
They could tell it what to do.
only with the laser they could tell it to attack, but they can't tell it, hey, get back in your cage. Hey, don't kill this person.
I bet you could if you pointed the laser at the cage.
They wanted full control. They didn't just want attack control. They wanted like the Indoraptor could be a pet type of thing.
More like,
So anyway, they go to the island and they bring Paleo Veterinarian, which makes sense, but they also bring IT Jacob, which like I liked the character, but it didn't make sense for him to be there
Yeah, it
on a
did.
dangerous island. Yeah, he can hack doors, but like anyone in the military that worked with electronics could probably do the same thing.
he also was the one who could track the dinosaur. They just needed the redhead girl's like login information.
Yeah, but couldn't anyone do that? Anyone with computer experience could technically go up to the computer and hack it and say, okay, I'm in, put your handprint. Okay, now we can track the
Yeah, but
dinosaurs.
they wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in hindsight, if it's a military operation and they can't put civilians in harm's way, it would make more sense to bring a military hacker than the IT guy from your humanitarian firm. But anyway, they get all the dinosaurs together. Blue gets shot on accident and starts to bleed out, and it turns out the military is actually poachers. Oh no!
What?
And they're capturing as many dinosaurs as they can to auction them off because that wasn't spoiled for you. And then they get back to the mansion, and it turns out, what do you know? The assistant is the one auctioning them off, and the smart guy has no idea.
And that was the saddest part of the movie.
And then you get introduced to the granddaughter, and
the worst part of the movie.
and she's all like, she sneaks into the secret laboratory, and there's Asian doctor talking about how his raptor isn't ready yet. You can't sell it. You can't do anything with that. And the guy was just like, I don't understand. I need money. And suddenly Asian doctor starts having like a moral compass where he's just like,
But it
you
doesn't
can't
change anything.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything. He's not worried about people dying at the hands of dinosaurs. He's worried that his project isn't finished yet. Like, that's where his morality is drawn.
Which
And-
still, it's a reason.
But anyway, Chris Pratt, using his protagonist powers, along with redhead chick,
Jacob and emo girl.
yeah, and they all break out and they disrupt the auction. And then Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs is the head poacher, and he kind of collects teeth of predators and stuff. And he like knocks out the Indoraptor in its
Knocks out with
cage.
air quotes that you can totally see.
And he's just
Video.
like, oh, you're going to be a good one. The Indoraptor's been... Okay, so the Indoraptor... You remember the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World?
Yes.
Asian Doctor had the wonderful idea of making a smaller version of that.
And smarter.
Yeah.
You know the thing that already outsmarted us? Let's make another one that's smarter than that one.
Yeah. And Then it played asleep so that it could kill Buffalo Bill.
Chomping his hand off. That was
and
really
then
cool.
and then like snapping his neck. And anyway, you then proceed to find out that the little girl is a genetic clone of John Hammond. Is that his name? Hammond's daughter. His daughter died a long time ago, and he created the genetic manipulation project specifically to, I guess, bring his daughter back to life.
And there we go. That's the plot.
That's
having her. That's it.
Yeah, that's the whole reason she's there, is that she's a clone. And then anyway, the Chris Pratt and redheaded lady fight the Indoraptor.
Which, not to lie, it was all terrifying.
And then Blue ends up helping. They get it on the roof, and Blue like knocks it through the roof, and then they Dio Brando it, where they like impale it on the horn of a Triceratops.
Skeleton of a Triceratops. Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's like the skeleton horn of a Triceratops, and the Indoraptor goes a little bit like Dio does, and then it just like dies. And then meanwhile, Paleo veterinarian is just like, hey, we got a problem. The basement where all the dinosaurs are held in, it's filling up with gas and what was it? Chlorine gas? What it was? Something that was super deadly.
Something. Yeah.
And they're all converging on like the hangar door, like ready to get out. And they're about to push the button that says, hey, let all the dinosaurs out. And redheaded lady is just
Chris
like...
Pratt is like, you don't want to do this.
Yeah, redheaded lady
Imagine a T-Rex eating everyone.
And she's just like, I can't do it. And then little girl comes up and pushes the button. She's just like, if I have the right to live, so do they.
That's not the same
Except
thing.
you're not a super predator, and they are. Like, the likelihood of you eating another human being is next to nothing. I'm at least 95% sure.
Maybe 25 out of 100%.
I'm at least 95% sure she's never going to eat another human being consciously. And then, you know, all the dinosaurs are released, and Blue runs away too, and then it cuts to Jeff Goldblum saying, welcome to Jurassic World, and then it shows all the dinosaurs roaming around like America, and you see like on the coast someone surfing, and that big giant shark dinosaur wasn't behind the wave and stuff like that.
It wasn't a Leopleurodon, it was bigger.
No, it was a Leopleurodon.
No, Leopleurodons are smaller.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called.
But anyway, that was the...
You missed two important parts, Dale Aaron.
What two important parts did we miss?
First off, the saddest part when Hammond is like, "I'm ashamed of you. I don't. You're fired.
Call the police." And the guy like
call the police yourself, and he's like,
looks at the phone.
Here's this pillow, and then suffocates him to death.
Well, no, he put him to sleep.
Yeah, he
put an extra pillow behind his head, and John Hammond went to sleep very comfortably.
Put an extra pillow behind his head. It's like, I changed my mind, thank you. And then a little girl entered his room and started crying because he was sleeping so well, and she was jealous.
Well, no, he was sleeping so well that he died, and she was just like, "Oh no!"
Imagine a sleep so good you pass away from it.
that should be the new slogan for Tempur-Pedic.
You know, we probably shouldn't joke about
or
that,
Lisa mattress.
There's probably some people.
Lisa mattress. I slept so well, I went to the afterlife.
That's not something we want to proclaim.
It's actually funny.
This is it. He's lost it.
I'm sorry. I'm very tired.
Also, important part was how underwhelming the main villain death was for how terrifying the movie was.
Yeah.
He just like gets up and picks up his little tooth from the Indominus Rex that they somehow got out of the ocean.
Yeah, they put a submarine down there, and the submarine like it was a rib. It cut the rib, then like Metal Gear 5'd it. They put a Fulton weather balloon to it, and it floated up to the surface. And then the helicopter was just like, "Okay, we got it, cool." And
are you there?
And then the one tech guy they had that was on the island that he had the gate open so that the submarine could get in. And the submarine was just like, anything that's in there is long dead. And then, like, the shadow, the Leopleurodon above them.
Not a Leopleurodon.
Nathan, that's just what I'm calling it. I don't know dinosaurs. Anyway, as the tech guy is working, all the guys in the helicopter are shouting, like, come on, and does the little gag. He's like, I can't hear you. And you see in the background the T-Rex, and then he finally runs toward the helicopter. It drops a ladder, and the guy's climbing up. The T-Rex grabs onto it, but
he gets away.
And they get away, and then the Leoplerodon jumps up and snaps and eats the guy off the ladder. And it's just like, yay. I regret that guy died. And then you also see the submarine had gotten eaten, and the gate is open, so like any water carnivores got out.
Yeah, but where I was going with this was the guy went out to pick up said thing so they could make more of it.
Yeah.
And he just, after the stampede of dinosaurs ran past, he got up out under the car, picked it up, and stared at it. But from the direction he was looking, a T-Rex ran up and just chomped him.
Yeah.
That was
shared
so
him
underwhelming.
Shared him with the Allosaur.
And then
like the Allosaur was like,
Allosaurus.
And the T-Rex like split it in half like a burrito and was just like, here. And they ate him.
Fine. I guess if we're going to be living in America now.
And then Blue went and like I guess chose suburban San Antonio as his hunting ground, and I just got flashbacks to hunting the Velocidrome and remember how infuriating it was.
It's not that bad.
The Velocidrome is pretty bad because he's hopping around everywhere. If you're a great sword user, it's horrible to fight a fast monster like that.
But what would have been unique was if, like, the place he chose, they revealed it to be Utah, because then he could have been a Utah Raptor. That wasn't even a pun. That's just a fact.
What was something you really liked about the movie? Stop, please.
No, I am actually thinking.
Well, fine. I'll go ahead and say something I really liked about the movie. Again, the visual effects and the cinematography were phenomenal for this movie. I really liked every shot in the movie. And you genuinely felt frightened by the dinosaurs because we reached a certain point in our computer generation technology that things kind of look real for the most part, like at least a lot more real than the animatronics. Because with the animatronics, there's like a delay in stuff as they're moving around, but with the CGI, like there's not really that much of a delay. And even though you know it's, even though you know it's fake, like a child is going to believe that that dinosaur is actually attacking Chris Pratt and that Star-Lord might die.
I knew that. That's what I was thinking.
And
that was number 2 of my 3 favorite things about the movie that I
But that was one thing I really, really liked about the movie. I'm trying to think of another thing I liked.
I'll go ahead and say number
there's nothing
3.
else I liked.
I'll say mine then, because I got to think of mine while Dale Aaron was talking. The cinematography, I really liked it. It's number 3 on my list. Number 2 was Chris Pratt's performance, because I was entirely convinced that he was not Star-Lord, and like he looked like a whole new person. Owen, was that his name?
I think it was Owen.
Owen Brady. Was that his name?
I don't think so.
I don't even know where I got Brady from.
I almost said Owen Wilson and then immediately just said, wow. Like, he just looking at the dinosaur. Wow.
Number 3, not number 3, the number 1 thing I liked about the movie was Jacob.
Yeah. Jacob was pretty cool.
It wouldn't have been the same movie without him.
I think
my favorite part is whenever the magma like drops through the little tube and you see the it's not a Spinosaurus.
It's a very tiny.
It's a tiny
dinosaur.
Allosaurus. And it was like a tiny Allosaurus, but you see the outline of it, and then he just goes ah, like a girly scream.
I think my favorite line was he was nervous to get on the plane, and the paleo veterinarian was like, "You're more likely to die riding on the back of a horse than you are on a plane." And he's just like, "The likelihood of me getting on the back of a horse is next to nothing, so it's incorrect." Or
I think he was just good for the movie.
Yeah, or what was it? He was talking to Chris Pratt, and he was just like, "What? Can you believe? Can you believe these dinosaurs, man?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I raised a couple of them." He's just like, We can't get along.
He said we're incompatible.
We're incompatible. I really liked Jacob's character. Now, what was something you hated about the movie?
The little girl,
Yeah, she was kind of a useless
the
character.
grandchild clone, infuriated me.
I also hate that we've gotten to the point in cinematography where the only time a character dies is when they're on screen. Because you saw Asian Doctor get knocked out, but
I'm still convinced
someone like dragged him off screen, and then the lab exploded. So we don't know if he's alive or dead. But I've seen plenty of episodes of Game of Thrones to know, unless you see someone die on screen, they're not truly dead. So Asian Doctor may be in the third Jurassic movie, which
I'm so
I
excited.
I hope to God it's called Jurassic War, because that would be awesome.
We have tanks.
Yeah, like those dinosaurs aren't going to be doing anything.
That's gonna be like a 2-minute movie.
Like you'll see the T-Rex tearing up San Francisco, but then you can send like, what are they, a Tomahawk missile at it, or what is it's a Warhog.
The Apache?
The Warthog. You know what that is? It's not the Apache. It's a attack plane with a minigun on it. Let me look up a picture of it. They use it.
That's a Halo reference.
Where's my phone?
Probably in the other room.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. No, I dropped it. I dropped it down here. Let me show you the... I know the...
You know this isn't going to benefit anyone who's watching the podcast.
They'll know. They'll Google it for themselves.
They will?
Yeah. No, not Warthog Halo. Warthog plane.
I told you.
Plane. Warthog plane. This thing. No, not videos. Images. This thing.
Wow,
It's a Thunderbolt. That's what it is.
CGI.
It's a Thunderbolt Warthog. Yeah, okay. So they send that in every time there's like a big threat, and it never works, but I think it would work against a big dinosaur.
It didn't in the Rampage movie.
Well, yeah, but that was also like a humongous monster. That wasn't a dinosaur.
Yeah.
So I think another thing I hated, again, I hate the whole logic of everyone in this movie. Where it's like, oh yeah, the super predators have rights. No, they don't. They were grown in a test tube, and they they are literally giant lizards that will eat you when they get the chance. They don't care that you care about them. They don't.
You bring up that argument, and little girls like, I was grown in a test tube. It's like, yeah, good for you.
Yeah, but I didn't like you. I don't feel anything.
I'm sorry, the movie wouldn't have changed if you weren't here.
Seriously, there would have been... The only thing that your role confirms is that the genetic manipulation project was not founded to bring back dinosaurs, but was actually brought to change human life. And even Jeff Goldblum pointed that out. He was just like, we spend so much time playing God, we never look at our repercussions. So... At any rate, our rating still stands for the movie. I think that's everything I have. Nathan, is that everything you have?
That's everything I have. I'm terrible with commentary.
I'm very tired, so this might have been a lackluster episode. But thank you for...
Spell lackluster for me.
No. Thank you for... thank you for staying and listening. Go ahead and watch the movie, or don't watch... Oh, I forgot my question. Theater or Redbox?
I'd say the first time you watch it theater, then any time after that Redbox.
I say just go ahead and wait for Redbox.
It would be cheaper.
Yeah, well, that and like there are some movies that it's better to go watch in the theater, like Infinity War.
Oh, you could watch that
There's
in
an
theater like every
experience.
day.
There's an experience the first time you watch Infinity War on its release night that you will never get again in cinematography. That theater was dead. Like you could cut the tension. No, you couldn't. You couldn't cut the tension with a knife because the tension was too thick. The knife would not cut through. That's what Infinity War in theaters was like. So there are some movies that it's better to go watch in theaters because you'll never get an experience like that again. But this is a Redbox movie, in my opinion. So I'm your host, Dale. And this is Nathan. He refused to introduce himself when I pointed at him. Thank you
I thought
for
we did that at the beginning of the episode.
Thank you for tuning in and listening. And y'all have a good day.